Next, let's talk about forms of power. There are 5 basic forms of power. The first is reward power, which is the ability to give someone something that they want or that they need. For instance, time, money, sex, affection, compliments, all those kinds of love language type things are ways that you can reward people and have power over them. So if I have something that you want, then, and I'm the only one that's able to disperse that, like in this case, it would be extra credit. You want extra credit, you have to come to me for extra credit, or I'm the one that gets to control that. Then that's a reward that I have over students. Coercive power is the ability to enforce or inflict punishments on someone. So having coercive power is obviously inherent in like any kind of non-symmetrical complementary relationship. So teacher-student, parent-child, preferably, hopefully not in your romantic relationships that coercive power isn't happening. Again, because that would inherently mean that someone had the ability to punish you. So they have some kind of information or dirt on you, or they are able to withhold something that you want. Referent power is someone, you like someone, so they have power to give you their approval, or you just look up to them. So I think about with referent power, my sister one time when she was in college called me and said, I'm thinking about getting a nose ring. And I was like, oh, don't do that, and you'll hate that. And she was like, oh yeah, probably I will. And I wasn't really thinking about it. And then I was like, I'm just kidding. Go for it if you want to do it. And she's like, oh, okay, good, yeah, because I already made an appointment. So it was kind of funny because she respects my opinion, and I was obviously kind of teasing with her, but she didn't want to upset me because I have that referent power over her that if I said, no, I think it's a bad idea, she was more inclined to not do it because she respects my opinion and wants that approval from me. I tried to tell her, you should just do what you want to do because it's what you want to do. Legitimate power is when someone has a role or a specific ability to actually have power. So think about like policemen, judges, politicians, and even something like a teacher. I mean, I have the legitimate power to put your grades in the grade book. No one else is allowed to do that. So that's a legitimate role, and I've been assigned that power. So legitimate has to do with someone's role. And then lastly is expert power, which is someone having a specific knowledge or inherent knowledge of something. So experts would obviously be like your doctor, a lawyer, someone with a specialty in something. And you could even consider your parents to be experts on being an adult or being your parent, and they're an expert on you. They probably know you better than you know yourself or something like that. So again, these types of power will play out depending on how we perceive other people and the roles that they play in our lives.